Peak of the Predator, the Yorkshire Ripper's Reign of Chaos, Part 4 of 5. Welcome back to Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's true crime podcast, where we rip open the darkest corners of history's nightmares. You've been with us from the start. Part 1 took you into Peter Sutcliffe's twisted roots, a shy kid turned petty crook in Bingley. Part 2 threw you into his brutal rehearsals, those near-miss hammer swings of 75 that left survivors crawling. Then Part 3, Threshold of Terror, Cross the Line, Wilma McCann's blood-soaked end in Leeds, Emily Jackson's savage shredding, Irene Richardson's eerie posing, and Patricia Atkinson's quiet doom in her own flat. 4 kills in 18 months that lit the fuse. But now the fuse blows. This is Part 4, Peak of the Predator, the Yorkshire Ripper's Reign of Chaos, where Sutcliffe's killing spree hits its savage peak. Mid-77 to 1980, a storm of blood tearing across northern England. He's not just in Leeds anymore. Manchester, Huddersfield, Halifax feel his shadow. He's not just hunting sex workers. Shopgirls, clerks, anyone in his path drops. 13 murders. 7 survivors left gasping. And a boldness that laughs in the face of a tightening manhunt. Hammers crack, knives slash, bodies get stashed. He's a predator off the leash, thriving on the edge. What flipped him from cautious to reckless? How did he dodge the net as panic swallowed the north? Lock your doors, crank the sound, and brace yourself. This is Ontario Cold Cases. We're diving into the chaos. Part 4 is here, and it's a wild, bloody ride you won't see coming. Hello, I'm Jayne Nickel of Nickel Investigations. And this is Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's true crime podcast. Ontario Cold Cases is a gripping true crime podcast that shines a light on unsolved murders, disappearances, and forgotten crimes from across the province and the world. With meticulous research, compelling storytelling, and a commitment to historical accuracy, we bring you the real stories of victims, investigators, and suspects. Stories that demand to be heard. Each week we take you deep into the world of true crime with a packed schedule of episodes. Tuesdays, historical true crime cases, exploring infamous and obscure crimes from history. Wednesdays, the Mick and Mac Mysteries, a thrilling fictional detective series set in 1950s Toronto. Thursdays, World Cold Case Thursday, investigating unsolved cases from around the globe. Sundays, Ontario Cold Cases, the latest episode uncovering an unsolved mystery from Ontario. From high-profile crimes that shock the nation to little-known cases waiting for justice, we uncover the truth, one case at a time. Join us as we explore the dark corners of history and mystery, where every clue could lead to answers and every case deserves a second look. Subscribe now wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts and never miss an episode of Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's true crime podcast. It's mid-1977, and northern England's a hunting ground. Sutcliffe's not creeping anymore. He's charging. This is Part 4, Peak of the Predator, the Yorkshire Ripper's Reign of Chaos, where the body count rockets to 13. 7 more cling to life, and the map of terror stretches. Leeds, Bradford, Manchester, Huddersfield, Halifax. The files pile up. The headlines scream. June 77, Jayne MacDonald, a 16-year-old shopgirl, bleeds out in a playground. No sex worker, just a kid shattering every assumption. October 77. Jean Jordan's hacked apart in Manchester. A £5 note, sparking a frantic cover-up. April 79. Josephine Whitaker, a 19-year-old clerk, falls in Halifax. Her respectable life, no shield. The kills keep coming. Bodies stashed under sofas, buried in rubbish. One strangled with a cord instead of hammered. 5 and 14 months by 1980. His fastest yet. He's bolder, wilder, taunting a manhunt that's scrambling to catch up. Expansion and indiscrimination. All right, we're stepping into the chaos now. Mid-1977. And Peter Sutcliffe's not the hesitant predator he once was. He's a storm breaking loose. And Act 1's where the rules shatter. This is about expansion. Leeds isn't his only playground anymore, and indiscrimination. He's not just hunting sex workers now. 3 women, Jayne MacDonald, Jean Jordan, Josephine Whitaker, mark the shift. Their deaths rewriting the Ripper's story in blood and panic. Let's start with a crack show, June 26, 1977, with a 16-year-old who changes everything. Jayne MacDonald, June 26, 1977. Imagine a warm summer night in Leeds, Chapeltown humming with life. It's just past midnight, June 26, 1977, and Jayne MacDonald's heels click on the pavement. She's 16, a shop assistant with a bright smile, not a sex worker, just a kid heading home from dancing at the Hofbrau's Club. She's got her whole life ahead, laughing with mates, the beat of the night still in her step. Then out of the dark, a white Ford Corsair slows. Sutcliffe behind the wheel, bearded, quiet, deadly. He's been prowling, fresh off Patricia Atkinson's kill 2 months back, and Jane's in his sights. He pulls alongside, maybe a quick lost my way to lure her close. She's trusting. Why wouldn't she be? And that's when it hits. 3 hammer blows slam her head. Crack, crack, crack. Blood spills fast. Her small frame crumples near Reginald Street. He's not done. A knife flashes, stabbing her chest, her back. A brutal flurry that tears her apart. She's down, and he's gone, melting into the night. Hours later, kids stumble into a playground off Reginald Terrace. There's Jane, sprawled in the dirt, her eyes blank, a sight that'll haunt them forever. It's not a red light alley this time. It's a place kids play. Leeds freezes. Something's very wrong. The investigative lens. Here's the kicker. Jane's not like Wilma or Patricia. She's no sex worker. Just a girl walking home, and that flips the script. West Yorkshire police have been chasing a prostitute killer. 5 dead, all tied to the trade, assuming a pattern. Jane's file lands in their desks, and it's chaos. June 27th. The headlights scream. Ripper kills innocent girl. Public fear spikes. Suddenly, it's not just those women at risk. It's daughters, sisters, anyone. The pressure's on. Assistant Chief Constable George Oldfield's team doubles down. 300 officers now, door-to-door sweeps. But they're still sketching a bearded John. Not a monster hunting at random. Jane's death, number 6, cracks the prostitute-only myth wide open. And Sutcliffe's laughing in the shadows, his game expanding. Jean Jordan, October 1st, 1977. Now fast forward to October 1st, 1977. Manchester's Moss Side, a gritty pocket far from Yorkshire's grip. Jean Jordan's out there, 20, a sex worker with 2 kids back home, toughing it out near Southern Cemetery. It's a damp night, allotment stretching dark and quiet, when Sutcliffe rolls up. New turf, same hunger. He's 31 now, a lorry driver with a wife and a secret. He's got £5 fresh from his paycheck, a crisp new note. He offers it up, lures Jayne into the weeds. Quick job, he says, and she bites. They're alone, and the hammer drops. 11 blows this time. A savage storm smashing her skull, blood soaking the dirt. He stabs her, chest and stomach, a messy finish, then drags her body behind some bushes. But here's a twist. He freezes. That £5 note's still in her purse, traceable, straight back to his employer's payroll. He bolts, sweating, but the panic grows. 8 days later, October 9th, he's back. Nerves frayed, a broken pane of glass in hand. He hacks at her corpse, dismembers her, scatters the pieces to bury the clue. Too late, a dog walker finds her, bloated and torn. The note still there, crumpled but intact. Manchester's got a killer now, and Sutcliffe's crossed a line. Investigative lens. This is big. Jayne's his first kill outside Yorkshire. Murder number 7, and it's a sloppy mess that almost trips him up. That £5 note? Police trace it. Newly issued. Serial number AW51121565. Tied to a batch paid out to firms like T and W.H. Clark, where Sutcliffe works. They got a lead, a real shot. 6,000 men interviewed. His name in the mix. But it slips through. West Yorkshire and Greater Manchester forces don't sync up fast enough. Files stack, and the dots not connected. October 77, papers call him the Ripper now. Fear spreading south, and Sutcliffe's geographic jump shows he's not tethered. He's a predator roaming free, banking on chaos to hide him. Helen Rytka, January 31st, 1978. January 31st, 1978, Huddersfield. Cold bite in the air, red lights glowing on Great Northern Street. Helen Rytka is 18, a sex worker with a twin sister toughing it out. Sutcliffe's Corsair idles nearby. He's 31, restless after Jayne. He pulls up, offers a ride, and she's in. Quick cash, no fuss. They head to a lumberyard off Oaks Road. Timber stacked high. 3 hammer blows slam her head. Blood pools. Then 15 stabs to her chest and back. He shoves her under some blanks. Gone before the frost settles. Days later, February 3rd, a worker finds her. Huddersfield's streets just got darker. Investigative lens. Helen's murder, number 8, plants his flag in Huddersfield, another West Yorkshire notch. She's a sex worker, sure, but the shift's clear. He's stretching his reach, striking towns beyond Leeds and Bradford. Police log it. Hammer, stabs, same MO. But they're still stuck on a local John profile, not a roving killer. January 78, fears creeping wider, and Sutcliffe's proving he can hunt anywhere, anytime. The net still miles behind. Vera Millward, May 16, 1978. May 16, 1978. Manchester again. Near the Royal Infirmary. A busy hum under the night sky. Vera Millward's 40. Sex worker battling health woes. Out despite the odds. Sutcliffe's back, hammer ready. He's comfy here now. He spots her, pulls the corsair close, and lures her to a hospital car park. Ironic, right? 3 hammer blows crack her head. Blood stains the asphalt, and multiple stabs rip her torso. He leaves her there, sprawled by a fence, old as hell in a public spot. Morning hits. A nurse clocks her. Manchester's got a repeat nightmare. Investigative lens. Vera's death, number 9. Shows he's doubling down outside Yorkshire, his second Manchester kill. Striking near a hospital? That's gutsy. Cars, staff, lights all around. Police note the hammer, the stabs, but they're drowning in cases. 200,000 interviews by now. Still no luck. May 78, the North's on edge. And Sutcliffe's comfort in populated zones screams he's not scared. He's expanding. And the chaos is his cover. Josephine Whitaker, April 4, 1979. Jump to April 4, 1979, Halifax. Quiet mill town in West Yorkshire. Street soft under a spring dusk. Josephine Whitaker's walking home. 19, a bank clerk with a shy smile. Fresh from visiting her grandparents on Ivy Street. It's just past 11:40 p.m. Savile Park moor stretching wide and empty ahead. Cricket pitches, open grass, a slice of calm. She's got no reason to fear, no red light life, just a girl in a sensible coat. Then Sutcliffe's there. White corsair parked nearby, hammer in his pocket, watching her silhouette. He closes in casual at first, maybe a which way's town, then strikes. 2 hammer blows slam her head. Blood sprays the path, and she's down, gasping. He pulls a screwdriver, his new favorite, and stabs her 25 times. Chest, stomach, a relentless fury, tearing her open. Her coat's ripped, her body left sprawled on the moor, a stark shadow against the grass. Morning comes, April 5th. A groundskeeper finds her. Face pale, blood pooling, and Halifax wakes to a scream. This isn't Chapeltown's alleys. It's a hometown green, and no one's safe anymore. Josephine's murder, number 10, locks it in. Sutcliffe's gone indiscriminate. She's no sex worker, no late-night hustler, just a clerk heading home, and that's the gut punch. Police are still chasing the prostitute killer ghost. Oldfield's team logged 200,000 interviews, checked 30,000 cars. But they're stuck on a profile that's crumbling. April 79, the public's in a tailspin. Ripper targets anyone, the Yorkshire Post blares. Women clutching keys like weapons. Halifax CID scrambles. But the bearded man in white car's a whisper they can't pin. Josephine's quiet street death proves it. Sutcliffe's not hunting a type anymore. He's hunting who's ever there. And the Norse a pressure cooker, ready to blow. From Leeds playgrounds to Manchester allotments, to Halifax moors. Sutcliffe stretching his web. Picking victims who don't fit the mold. And the fear's a tidal wave now. Police are drowning in leads. The public's locking doors. But he's not slowing down. He's just getting started. Up next, refinement and audacity. Refinement and audacity. Sutcliffe's not just expanding now. He's getting crafty, bolder, faster. This is refinement and audacity where his kills turn tactical. Body stash, weapons swapped, pace surging. We're tracking 5 lies, 4 snuffed out, 1 that clawed back, starting January 78 with Yvonne Pearson, through to November 80 with Jacqueline Hill. His last swing before the net snapped shut. He's adapting, taunting, and the North holding its breath. Let's dive in. Bradford under a sofa, where it gets sneaky. Yvonne Pearson, January 21st, 1978. January 21st, 1978. Bradford's back in play. A bitter chill gripping Lum Lane's red light strip. Yvonne Pearson's 21, a sex worker with a kid at home, out in the dark hustling. Sutcliffe's Corsair prowls close. He's 31, fresh off Helen Rytka's Huddersfield kill 10 days back. He pulls up, cash in hand, and lures her to a vacant lot off Arundel Street, rubble and silence. The hammer drops, multiple blows crack her skull. Blood hits the frost, then a knife stabs her chest. But here's a twist. He doesn't bolt. He drags her to an old sofa dumped nearby, shoves her under it, stuffs her mouth with horsehair from the cushions. A grim gag. She's hidden out of sight and he's gone. 2 months pass, March 26. A worker shifts a sofa, and there's Yvonne, decayed, a secret rotting in plain view. The investigative angle. Yvonne's murder, number 10 if we count, Obadiah later, shows he's thinking now. Hiding her under that sofa, that's new. A play to delay discovery as police heat up. 200,000 interviews deep by 78. Tips flooding in. West Yorkshire CID logs it late. Hammer stabs, same guy. But the body's leg throws them. January's brutal and this stash move says he's watching, adapting, buying time. 2 kills in 10 days. Helen, now Yvonne. He's not just bold. He's relentless and the net's tightening. But not fast enough. Barbara Leach, September 2nd, 1979. September 2nd, 1979. Bradford again. Late summer haze over Lister Avenue. Barbara Leach is 20, a university student with a sharp mind, grabbing a pint at the Manville Arms pub with mates. It's past 1 o'clock a.m. She steps out, heading home. 2 streets away, a quiet walk. Sutcliffe's there. Corsair idling. 5 months since Josephine Whitaker. He closes in, lost my way, and swings. 2 hammer blows smash her head. Blood stains the path. Then 7 screwdriver stabs pierce her chest and stomach. He's not done. He drags her to a backyard off Ash Grove. Buries her under a pile of rubbish, bricks, dirt trash. September 4th, a neighbor spots her. Crumpled, half covered. A student lost in the night. Analysis. Barbara's killed, number 11. Screams response. She's no sex worker. A student, and that fits his new anyone streak. Hiding her under rubbish? That's Yvonne's playbook refined. Police are everywhere now. 300 officers, posters up, and he's covering tracks. September 79. Scrutiny's crushing. Wearside Jack hoax tapes throw cops off. But this burial says he's feeling the heat. Slowing discovery. 5 months since Josephine, he's pacing, but the audacity, striking near a pub, stashing her close, shows he's still betting he's untouchable. Marguerite Walls, August 20, 1980. August 20, 1980. Farsley, Leeds, a muggy night on Newlands Avenue. Marguerite Walls is 47, civil servant clocking late hours. Walking home from the office. Sensible shoes, steady stride. Sutcliffe's nearby. No Corsair this time, just him, prowling after a quiet year. He's 34, restless, and he's switched it up. No hammer tonight. He tells her stops close. Evening. Then loops a ligature around her neck. Pulls tight. She fights, gasps, but he strangles her cold. Then stabs her with a knife. Torso torn. He leaves her in a garden off Clifton Drive, August 21st. A resident finds her, stiff under the shrubs, a shift that jars. Investigative note. Margarita's death, number 12, throws a curve. Strangling, not hammering. That's a jolt. First time he ditches his signature. August 80, the man hunts a beast. Millions spent. Wearside Jack's mess still echoes. But this shift might be a dodge, confusing cops, chasing a hammerman. Or maybe no hammer is handy. Either way, it's bold, striking a civil servant in a quiet suburb. Police log it, stabs match, but the ligature's off script. He's refining, adapting, and the clock's ticking loud now. Jacqueline Hill, November 17, 1980. November 17, 1980, Headingley, Leeds. A crisp autumn night near Leeds University. Jacqueline Hill's 20, a student with finals ahead, stepping off a bus on Otley Road at 9:20 p.m. She's heading to her dorm, Alma Road, just 200 yards away. Streetlights glow, students bustle. Sutcliffe's there, parked, hammer back in play. He follows, quick. Which way's campus? Then strikes. 4 hammer blows crush her skull. Blood spills. And 11 screwdriver stabs shred her chest. He drags her to wasteland off Alma Road. Leaves her sprawled. November 18th, a passerby finds her. Eyes wide. Leeds' last gasp before the end. The investigative note. Jacqueline's murder, number 13, is his final swing, and it's desperate. Another student near her dorm, in a busy student zone. Audacity's off the charts. November 80, the manhunt's feverish. 300,000 interviews. 4 million pounds spent. And her death lights a fuse. Police swarm Headingley. Tire tracks. Witness sketches pile up. Bearded man. White car. Same ghost. It's too close now. 6 weeks later, he's nabbed. Jacqueline's kill screams he's lost caution. Pushing the edge till it breaks. Maureen Long, July 10, 1977. July 10, 1977, Bradford. Sticky summer night in Bowling Back Lane. Maureen Long's 42. Sex worker scraping by out near midnight. Sutcliffe's Corsair glides up. Weeks after Jayne MacDonald, he's relentless. He lures her to a field, quick chop, and swings the hammer, cracking her head. 9 stabs hit her chest, stomach, blood everywhere. But a car's lights flash nearby. He bolts, she's left breathing, crawling. Dawn breaks. A passerby finds her, alive, barely, a survivor in his peak storm. Maureen's survival weeks after Jayne shows his pace is nuts, but he's not perfect. 9 stabs and she lives. Police get a description. bearded, local accent, white car. July 77, tip surge. 300 officers now, but they're chasing shadows. Her escape ties into a spree, 5 kills by year's end, and proves he's pushing limits. Risk spiking as fast as his kills. Yvonne, Barbara, Marguerite, Jacqueline, and Maureen. A predator refining his craft. Hiding his bodies, switching tools, striking faster. From sofas to rubbish piles to a dorm's edge. He's dancing on the line, and the North's a pressure cooker. Police are close, but he's closer. And the survivors fight back as the net finally tightens. Up next, the survivors, and the net tightens. The survivors, and the net tightens. The endgame's close, and Sutcliffe's slipping. This is the survivors and the net tightens, where 4 women, Marilyn Moore, Anne Rooney, Teresa Sykes, Molia, face the Ripper and live, showing his wrist spiking as the manhunt closes. From 77 to late 80, he's pushing the edge, the net shrinking. Every scream, every witness pulls it tighter. Let's start December 77, Leeds, where one survivor's voice starts ringing bells. Marilyn Moore, December 14, 1977. December 14, 1977, Leeds, Chapeltown's alleys, cold and slick with frost. Marilyn Moore's 25, a sex worker out in Scott Hall Street. Eyes sharp despite the grind. It's late past 11 o'clock p.m. when a white Ford Corsair rolls up. Sutcliffe, bearded, grinning, fresh off Jean Jordan's Manchester mess 2 months back. He offers a ride, quick cash, and she's in. Heading to a dark lane off bustling Thorpe Road. The hammer swings fast. 1 blow cracks her head, blood trickles. Then 8 stabs tear her chest and arms. But a car horn blares nearby. He panics, bolts. Marilyn's down, bleeding, but alive. She crawls, screams, and a passerby finds her. A survivor in the gloom. Investigative note. Marilyn's survival, December 77, drops a clue in the pile. She's clear-headed despite the pain. Bearded man, local accent, white car, hammer, and knife. Police log it. 300 officers now. Tips at $5,000 a week. And her description sharpens the profile. It's kill number 7 dodged. West Yorkshire CID's buzzing. Another sex worker, sure, but the near miss says he's not flawless. The net's twitching, but they're still chasing shadows, not the lorry driver in their files. Anne Rooney, February 1978. February 1978, Leeds. A biting night near the university. Exact date fuzzy, but the chill's real. Anne Rooney's 22. Student walking home from a lecture. Books tucked under her arm. It's quiet in Woodhouse Lane when Sutcliffe steps out. No Corsair this time, just him hammer ready. He's on a tear. Helen Rytka is dead 2 weeks back. Yvonne Pearson 3. He swings. 1 blow grazes her head, blood drips. But Anne's a fighter. She screams, kicks, flails. He stumbles, spooked, and bolts into the dark. She's dazed, staggering, but alive. Friends find her. A rare retreat in a spree. Investigative note. Anne's escape early 78 is a crack in his armor. Not a sex worker, a student. And she fights back. Sutcliffe flees a first. Police jot it down. Hammer, bearded man. But it's buried in the flood. 200,000 interviews, still no lock. February's wild, 3 kills already. And her survival whispers, he's not invincible, just lucky. The net's there, but it's tangled. And he's still free. Teresa Sykes, November 5th, 1980. November 5th, 1980, Huddersfield. Guy Fawkes fireworks fading. Street dark on Beaumont Avenue. Teresa Sykes is 16, walking home from her friends, young and fearless. Sutcliffe's close. Jacqueline Hill's 2 weeks off. He's reckless now. He tails her, hammer out. 2 blows slam her head, blood sprays. Then a knife stabs her chest, arms. She's down, but her boyfriend's nearby. Shouts rip the night. Oi, get off! Sutcliffe freezes, drops the blade and runs. Teresa's grasping, alive. Neighbors rush her in, November 6. She's a survivor, inches from the end. Investigative note. Teresa's survival, November 80, is a siren. A teen, not a sex worker. And that boyfriend's yell foils him. Sutcliffe's slipping hard. Police swarm Huddersfield. Witnesses clock a bearded man, dark coat, running. It's kill number 13 dodged. The man hunts at £4 million. 300,000 interviews. Teresa's tail tightens a sketch. 6 weeks till he's nabbed. Her screams echo, the nets snapping shut. Mo Leah, October 25, 1980. October 25, 1980, Leeds, near the university. A crisp Saturday night. Mo Leah is 20, an art student with paint under her nails, walking home from a gig in Woodhouse Moor. It's 10:30 p.m., shadows long when Sutcliffe creeps up. Hammer back. 3 weeks before Jacqueline Hill's end. He strikes, 2 blows crack her skull. Blood pools. Then a knife slashes her back. She crumples, but voices cut through. Mates nearby yell, Mo! He bolts. She's down but breathing. Friends find her, rush her off. October 26. She's alive. A brush with the abyss. Investigative tie. Mo's survival, October 80, is a tipping point. Another student near Jacqueline's kill zone. And he's striking in a student hub, reckless as hell. Police flood Headingley. Witnesses spot a bearded guy, white car nearby. Her tail piles on. Hammer, knife, local voice. It's 300,000 interviews deep. Tire tracks logged. Mo's escape 3 weeks before his last kill. Says they're close, the net's tightening. And he's running out of dark. Marilyn, Anne, Teresa, Mo. 4 who faced the Ripper and lived. Proof he's pushing too far. Slipping as a noose pulls tight. From alleys to moors to dorm streets. He's risking it all. And the survivors' screams are closing the gap. Police are inches away. Stay with us for the close, where it all crashes down. And there we are, November 17, 1980. Jacqueline Hill's blood stains Headingley's wasteland. and Peter Sutcliffe's peak spree hits its brutal crescendo. This is where we close Part 4 of Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. Peak of the Predator. The Yorkshire Ripper's reign of chaos. 13 murders. 7 survivors. The Norsa graveyard and the manhunts a heartbeat away from breaking him. Let's walk it back, piece it together, and look ahead. This reign's done, but the reckoning's coming. From mid-77 to late 80, Sutcliffe's a storm. 13 women dead, starting with Jayne MacDonald's playground fall, ripping through Jean Jordan's Manchester hack-up, Helen Rytka's Huddersfield yard, Vera Millward's hospital lot, all the way to Josephine Whitaker's Halifax moor and Jacqueline's student streets. Yvonne Pearson's hidden under a sofa, Barbara Leach buried in rubbish, tactics shifting as police close in. Marguerite Walls marks a twist, strangled, not hammered. And then there's Abadiah Bandera, September 24th, 1980, Leeds, a 34-year-old doctor from Singapore. He's walking home near Chapel Allerton when he strikes. Hammer cracks her skull. A rope chokes her. She's found alive but slips away later. Some call her a survivor, some his 13th kill. We're counting her here, a grim cap to his relentless pace. 7 others live. Irene Long's field crawl, Marilyn Moore's alley gasp, Anne Rooney's fight, Teresa Sykes shouts, Mo Leard's near miss. Proof he's pushing too far, slipping as the net tightens. What's driving this? Adaptability. He stretches from Leeds to Manchester, Huddersfield to Halifax, sex workers to students to clerks, dodging every profile cop scribble. Risk-taking fuels him. Return to Jean's body, striking Vera by a hospital, hitting Jacqueline in the student hub. He's thriving on the edge, laughing at the chaos. Controls his game, hiding Yvonne and Barbara, swapping hammers for ropes with Marguerite and Abadiah. Pacing 5 kills in 14 months by 79-80, his fastest run. This isn't the hesitant guy swinging at Amargolski in 75. He's a predator at his peak. Desensitized, hooked, and damn near untouchable. But those survivors, Marilyn's voice, Teresa's screams, Mo's mates, their threads pulling tight, and the cops are inches away. 300,000 interviews, 4 million pounds spent, tire tracks piling up, his dawn's fading fast. Hold your breath. Part 5's next, and it's the endgame. January 2nd, 1981, Sheffield. A routine stop, a knife in his pocket, and the Yorkshire Ripper's caged after 13 kills and 7 near misses. The trial's a circus, insanity pleas, mission from God rants, the aftermath scars the North for decades. How'd they finally snag him? What's a fallout when the hammer stops? Part 5's where the chaos crashes. Don't miss it. Now if this ride's got your pulse racing, and trust me, the finale's wild, subscribe to Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you grab your fix. Hit that button, stay locked in. Share this with your True Crime crew. Drop a comment. Tell us what sticks. Abadiah's last breath, Jacqueline's final walk, or the survivors who fought back. This is Ontario Cold Cases signing off. Sutcliffe's peak is dust, but justice is knocking. Keep those doors bolted, and we'll see you for the fall. because every case deserves answers, and every victim deserves justice.